is especially satisfying today. Not only because we've moved into some new places. Esther will so love listening back to this and finding all of the new pieces that she's wanting to highlight for you. But because it is established within so many of you a renewed interest in getting back to the basics of your vibrational frequency. Sort of taking it out of your head and putting it more into your heart, so to speak, into the vibrational beingness. And because of the conversations that we've had, we know that you know that the grid will fill in with the details of life that you describe as meaningful physical reality. Most of our human friends still don't really believe that because they think the circumstances that are surrounding them dictate how they feel. Because most humans are observers of their environment and offers of a vibration that is equal to the environment that they are observing. And that's what makes you feel like you need to control your environment. Can't do it. That's what makes you feel like you need to or want to control your environment. Can't do it. But that's why you keep trying to control your environment. Can't do that. Can't do it. Can't do it. Give it up. 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 Can't do it. You cannot control your environment. And when you stop trying to control your environment, then you have awareness of those emotional signals that let you know what you're doing with your thoughts. But as long as you're still believing that if I could control that environment and make it better, and then I would have a much better relationship with the experience, because if my children were behaving better, or if the government would... We can't even decide which phrase to choose. There are a lot of them that you have been offering. Then I would feel better. If that condition would resolve itself, then my observation of it would go so much better for me. And therefore, I think that you need to do something about the way I feel. And the thing that's so tricky about that is that no one is working too hard to control the conditions so that you can feel better, because it's not their job to do it. So where does that leave you? There are all kinds of things that you're looking around at that don't please you. What do? Put your head in the sand? You'd feel better. But we're not really advocating a complete withdrawal from life that annoys you. What we are encouraging is a new determination to focus and a joyful discovery that you can, first of all, focus, and next, that you can focus in ways that feel good, and next, that when you do, all kinds of resources join you, and the resources that join you are the joyful resources that you've been looking for in the improvement of the conditions that you can't control all along. There, we're done. Now you know everything that's important to know, so just go figure out how to make it work in your life. There are times when you allow a full recognition of the bliss and beauty and perfection of you and of life, and there are times that you don't. And we think that if we were standing in your physical shoes, we would be reveling in this new knowledge. Jerry said to Esther the other day, and she heard him laughing so hard while he said it. She was asking him a business question, something specifically about something that she was wondering what to do about. And his words to her were, well, if I was standing in my physical shoes. And then she realized that he can stand all day if he wants to in her physical shoes, although she rarely does herself. In other words, there need be no separation from you and you. So as you are moving forward in the days that are before you, it is our desire that you pay attention, make the conscious correlation between the new things that are happening and the understanding that came over you here today. because it is certain that your grid will fill in with things that are unique enough that you will recognize that they are happening because of what happened here. You see what we're getting at? And when you make that correlation, then we think that you'll deliberately go to work on your grid and then let the good times roll. Because there is nothing more exhilarating than for you to define something that you want by being aware of its absence. Recognize that its absence has caused an emotion within you that is the conjuring of a grid that isn't going to serve you, and then deliberately changing the vantage point, the vibrational vantage point at the basis, and doing it with such ease that it just is amazing to you that you hadn't thought of it sooner. And then to watch the precision with which the universe will proceed to deliver to you matching components to fill that in. And we promise you we will be there reveling with you in your conscious awareness that you created the basis and now the universe has cooperated. Your feeling of worthiness and your feeling of empowerment will come in proportion to the amount of emotional grids that you care to build. If we were standing in your physical shoes, and we often are, we would be making lists of positive aspects, and we would be reveling in the general perfection of your planet. We would awaken in the morning and speak our appreciation for the sun coming up, whether you can see it or not. We would acknowledge the perfection of your planet spinning in its orbit, whether you can see any other planets at that moment or not. We would feel appreciation for the intelligence of our physical body and for what the cells are doing, for what they know how to do. We would feel appreciation for the bed upon which we had slept and the pillow beneath our head. And we would bask in the deliciousness of the coverings upon our body. And we would acknowledge at the beginning of every day, this is a good day. I have such a good basis from which to begin. All is well with me. Source energy is aware of me and has my back. And everything that matters to me is known, and all things are lined up. And I'm on an eternal treasure hunt of treasures, because the universe knows what I seek and knows where those treasures are, and is pointing me on the path of least resistance to the adventure and the fun and the thrill that I have defined as my desire. It is so delicious to create with you. It is so fun to walk on your beaches and sleep in your beds and eat at your table and revel in your expansion, when all along what you were seeking was your natural and well-deserved joy. When you get specific about unwanted things, you're going to feel really, really bad. Because the larger part of you is only specific about things that you want. The larger part of you is very specific, knows clearly who you are. And we want you to understand why. Do you get it that you are more than you see in this focus that is here? Do you understand that you come from a broader perspective that still exists? You're not dead or alive, physical or non-physical. You are always life, flowing. And as you are here in this physical body, there's the part of you that was before you got here. Yes, it was before you got here, but it is while you are here. It is the larger part of you that still exists simultaneously while you are here. And you are constantly feeling the feedback, the vibrational and therefore emotional feedback between that vantage point and the vantage point that you are holding in any moment. So let's say you're focused upon something that you are feeling appreciation about. And you stay in that soft, good feeling energy, and you allow yourself to focus with even more appreciation about this thing. As you tune yourself through your physical environment, through the power of your mind, into more specifics of this wanted thing, you literally, vibrationally allow a merging of the broader perspective of you who is already there and always in that pure positive vibrational wavelength. And when you tune into that, you come into your true power. That's when you feel frisky and full and fun. That's when you feel passion and sureness and clarity. That's when you feel stability and vibrancy and love. That's when you truly be who you are, you see. And if we were standing in your physical shoes, that would be our quest in every moment. We would be looking around every environment for a reason to merge with that broader perspective. Why? Is it because I'm here in my body and I want to be a puppet on a string and I just want somebody who really knows what they're doing to run the show? Not at all in any way. Because that source energy that's flowing through you is not creating your reality. It is merging with the reality that you create, provided it's a reality that doesn't defy the energy that it already is. That was a mouthful. Did you get it? We'll back up and say it again. Who you have been becoming as source energy is as a result of the experience that you have been allowing yourself exposure to here in this life experience. So when you know from your physical format what you don't want, you also know more clearly what you do want. And the larger part of you hones in on that discovery and that decision and becomes it and holds the vibrational space of that. Holds that place marker, that newly evolved place marker. So now you've just expanded. You expanded. The question is, are you in your physical format going to keep up with it? And the answer for almost 100% of you is no. I'm not going to keep up with it because I'm a lazy focuser. I'm not going to keep up with it because instead of focusing upon the decision that I've come to, I'm going to stay focused on the reason I came to the decision. I'm going to defend and justify the decision, but I won't go with it. That's just too easy. Life should be more struggle, you say. I need to defend and justify my well-being to a much greater extent. I will not just go there. Now, you have moments of clarity and moments of aligning with who you really are. But for the most part, you are letting what you are observing around you dominate your focus. And that's really what we want to talk with you about today. Not for a moment do we want you to withdraw your attention from this time-space reality, because you came forth to create within it. And you know what else? Not only did you come forth in your physical form to create within it, we all came with you. So everything that you are living, everything that you are knowing, everything that you are wanting, everything that you are becoming, we're right there with you. And the only time you ever feel negative emotion is when you create a space for all of us and then you don't join us in the space that you've created. You will never be upset if you don't join someone else in the space that they have created. It doesn't matter what anybody else is doing. It doesn't matter the contrast that they're living. It doesn't matter when they know what they don't want and then they know what they do want and they create a magnificent space. It doesn't matter that someone else has become something and you're not going with what they have become. That doesn't matter at all. You're not going to get any emotional feedback about that. You only get emotional feedback when you don't let yourself in any moment be what, who, how you have become. So isn't it nice that you have this perfect guidance system within you, active in every moment, that is giving you one reading only, one message, one constant message, and the message is this. You have expanded just recently, just seconds ago. You expanded more just seconds ago. And this emotional feeling that you have is your indicator of how well you're keeping up or not with who you have become. And everything you feel is about that. Most humans who you will meet don't know that, because they are measuring their feedback from other humans. They're seeking approval from others. They care about what somebody else thinks about them. They have set their own guidance system aside long ago. And as a result, most people are lost